All right, good evening, everyone. I am Misty, and this is Dinner on a Dime. And tonight we are going to have one of our kind of separate videos that's like a list. You might hear the thunder, you might hear the sound of my husband grinding out in the shop. Lots of things going on tonight. But I did cook dinner. It's just not a real exciting one to film. I just made scrambled eggs, sausage patties in a pan, and then cinnamon toast. If you've never made cinnamon toast before, all you have to do is butter both sides of the bread. In a plate is how I did it. I mixed up my cinnamon, my sugar, and just a pinch of salt, and then I coated both sides of the bread in the cinnamon sugar mixture, and then cooked it in the oven until it was nice and toasty. And so that is what we had for dinner. We just had breakfast for dinner tonight. Sorry, my ears are bugging me. My allergies have been cuckoo crazy this week. So today we're going to talk about what to buy each week for 3 months if you want to start a low cost prepper pantry. So each week is going to cost between $5 and $6. You could easily do this on a $5 budget, but it's a little harder these days. But I think you will see for what you get over the course of the entire 12 weeks, it is a very good starter pantry at a pretty low cost per week. Now, I did all of my pricing at Walmart except for one item, I believe, at Dollar Tree. And we'll talk about that one when we get there. These are current prices at Walmart. I just looked all of these up yesterday, and I modified the list because I was actually able to add some things on some weeks, but there were weeks that I couldn't. And so we're seeing some price changes, starting to get there a little bit. So we're going to go over the list that I came up with of things that you could start a prepper pantry with. So week number 1, a 5-pound bag of white rice and 1 box of instant mashed potatoes. Okay. Now those 2 items are going to set you back $5.22 at Walmart. Why did I choose those 2 items? Okay. White rice stores for a very long time. If you go with brown rice, you've got to worry about the oils in it going bad, and it's not going to last you as long. Rice is very versatile. You can do lots of things with it. And then the instant mashed potatoes, you can doctor up and make them taste just as good as homemade mashed potatoes, but also you can use them as a thickening agent. So like if you're making a soup and you've got it a little too runny, you can add in some potato flakes and it'll help thicken your soup. Okay, so that's week number 1. Week number 2, a 2-pound bag of pinto beans, 26 ounces of iodized salt, 1 container of onion powder, 1 container of garlic powder. So salt, onion powder, garlic powder are going to give you great bases for lots of different recipes. And then of course the pinto beans are great to have on hand because there's a lot of different things you can do with those. So week 2 is going to set you back $5.22. All right, that takes us to week 3. 2 cans of tuna, 2 cans of veggies, your choice, and 2 cans of tomato products, your choice. All at Walmart. This is going to set you back $5.20. Tuna fish is great to have on hand. Proteins are great to have in a pinch when meat may be too expensive at the store. You can pull it off the shelf and you can utilize it at home. Of course, veggies and tomatoes you're going to be able to put in lots of different foods. So $5.20. Week 4, 42 ounces of rolled oats and 1 can of fruit. Okay, you pick your fruit. So why? Rolled oats can be great for lots of different things, baking wise. They're also good as cereal in the morning, right? And so you can make granola bars, granola bites. You can make those power balls that people like to eat. You can bake cookies with them. There's lots of different things you can do. And then the reason I threw a jar of fruit or a can of fruit in there is just because it's nice to have. Like I would pick pineapple because then I could make a cake and I could have pineapple, like pineapple upside down cake or crushed pineapple in the frosting, something like that. That is what I would pick. But you could also pick like cherries if you would want to make a cherry cheesecake. You could pick mixed fruit if you just want a fruit to eat, like a fruit cocktail. You could do that too. So week 4, $5.60. So you can see in your first month alone, you've now stocked up rice, instant mashed potatoes, pinto beans, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, tuna, veggies, tomatoes, oats, and fruit. Lots of different things at between that $5 and $6 per week. Okay, so let's move into month 2. 4 pounds of sugar and a container of black pepper. Okay, These two items are going to cost you $5.56. The sugar was a little pricier than I was expecting, actually, but honestly, I would be surprised by that because I typically buy mine in the big 25-pound bag, so I'm not used to seeing the price for a smaller bag of sugar. Black pepper was a little higher than I thought it was going to be too, but again, I don't buy that very often. I have like a pepper grinder, so I got for free at work. It was a prize that I got at work. And so I buy the peppercorns, and they last a super long time in the grinder. So that's something I'm not used to buying, but $5.56. Week 6 shelf stable milk. Go to Dollar Tree. You can get 4 of the shelf stable milks there for $5. Okay. That is going to be your best buy on shelf stable milk. You could buy powdered milk if you want to. I'm not going to tell you not to, but I like the shelf stable milk because it's already ready. It doesn't have a weird consistency to it. I can throw it in cereal. I can throw it in a kid's cup. They're not going to notice the difference, or I can use it in baking and cooking. Okay. Week number 7, 1 can of chicken and 2 cans of cream soup of your choice is going to set you back $5.38 at Walmart. Again, canned chicken is great to have as a protein source. I almost said primary protein source, as a protein source. And then the 2 cans of cream soup will go a long ways in flavoring a lot of different casseroles and things like that. If I were buying 2, I would probably buy 1 cream of mushroom and 1 cream of chicken. That's probably what I would do if I could only have 2. All right, then week 8, 1 pound of pasta, 1 jar of pasta sauce, 1 container of Italian seasoning, and 1 can of evaporated milk. This is going to only set you back $5.07. So that's not bad considering you're getting 4 items for that. Of course, the pasta and the pasta sauce, that can make a meal on its own. You don't even need a protein to go in that if you don't have one. Then you've got Italian seasoning, which it's great to have. If you have Italian seasoning and garlic powder, you can make Texas toast into garlic bread. You can make regular bread into garlic bread. Then the evaporated milk is great for a lot of baking recipes. You can also make homemade mac and cheese with it. There's lots of different things you can use that for. So in month 2, now we've added sugar, pepper, shelf-stable milk, chicken, cans of cream soup, pasta, pasta sauce, Italian seasoning, and evaporated milk. So our pantry is getting bigger and bigger. More ingredients, more ingredients. Okay, month 3, 5 pounds of all-purpose flour, 1 container of baking soda, 1 container of baking powder. Okay, that's going to set you back $5.28 at Walmart. You're building that baking pantry, right? All of the different things. You can now make bread, you can make tortillas, you can make all sorts of things now, okay? Cakes, cupcakes, cookies, all the different things. Week 10, bouillon cubes times 2 and 3 cans of beans. Okay, so bouillon cubes, I would recommend getting 1 chicken and 1 beef, which I was very surprised to learn were completely different prices at Walmart. The chicken was $1.08, the beef was $1.29. I don't know why the difference there. And then 3 cans of beans of your choice. So don't get pinto beans, get something different like kidney beans or black beans, something different, right? So those are going to set you back $5.13. All right, week 11. 16 ounces of peanut butter, 12 ounces of honey. Okay, peanut butter, again, a great source of protein. It's going to help keep you full. You can spread it on toast. You can make peanut butter cookies. There's lots of different things you can do with it. And then the honey could also be used as a sweetener, or you can make peanut butter toast with honey on it, which is delicious. Those 2 items are going to cost you $5.68. And then for week 12, 48 ounces of vegetable oil, 32 ounces of vinegar. Okay, those 2 items at Walmart are going to cost you $5.01. Couldn't quite make it at $5.01. So vegetable oil, you're going to want some sort of oil for baking, for frying. You're going to need a vegetable oil. And then the vinegar is not only helpful in the kitchen for prepping meals, it's also helpful as a cleaner around the house. Okay, so in month 3, we added flour, baking soda, baking powder, bouillon cubes, canned beans, peanut butter, honey, vegetable oil, and vinegar. Okay, so this is for a prepper pantry. If it's a working pantry, you may use these items pretty quickly as you're bringing them in. I would say your $5 stock up, try to make that your prepper pantry. Try to get through the 3 months without using those items. Keep some stuff on hand for a rainy day. Maybe you have a medical bill that comes in. Maybe you wreck your car and that's an added expense. Maybe you have a job loss. Maybe you have a sick kid. Maybe your hours just get cut. Lots of things can happen where you need extra money, and so you can put your money there instead of your grocery budget, and then you can start to utilize that little bit of prepper pantry that you've gathered up. Okay, so that is a 12-week plan of what you can get for between $5 and $6 at Walmart, except the one exception, which is Dollar Tree. And it's a great start to a prepper pantry. Okay, and then if it has to, let it become your working pantry. You're wanting to prep for something, right? We're prepping for something. So I have prepped for a really long time. Like, I'm to the point where I need to quit prepping for a little while. Okay, I need to use up what I have, and that's why I am doing the no buy July and quite possibly a no buy August, because I need to utilize some of the things I've already bought before they end up going bad. And so that's what we're doing here on the channel. Again, like I said, be a good steward of your resources, buy wisely, and then use what you have, and don't let it go out of date, because then if you throw it away, you're just burning money, right? All right, so you can see there's my notes of everything in my list. I had scratched some things out because I really wanted to add in something on this week, but that cost didn't work, so I added it down here to a different week. I actually did this, guys. I did all the time and all the effort to put that together for you. So I hope you enjoy that video. Make sure to like the channel, sure to subscribe, or like the video and subscribe to the channel, and then ring that notification bell so you get informed when new content comes out. I do try to put out a video daily, but it's not always going to happen. Life is going to be busy, so I'm trying my best. But I have started carrying this notebook around with me, and then as I have video ideas like this, I jot down a title at the top of the page, and then I just start working through it, and that's where I'm coming up with these videos for you guys. I've already got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 others that I'm working on. So I will try my best that if you're not going to have a dinner video, you'll at least have one of the topic videos, right? I'm trying, guys, I promise. So that's it for tonight. I will see you tomorrow night for another video. Bye.